Oh, damn. Y'all showed up fast. I'm up at 27 people's in here already. What is happening, my peoples? How's everybody doing in here today? Um, for some reason, it seems like the chat's going a little slow on the app here, but I'm going to be going back and forth between the app and the YouTube channel. So anyway, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? Um, Trying to get set up here. Got some stuff set up for y'all to watch me work on today. Wanted to make sure to say howdy to everybody and get some questions answered because I always happen to miss out on that stuff. Um, but was yeah, as you can see, it's just me. I ended up deciding to set stuff up a little later than I wanted to, and I had to use my phone, which is what I use to share links, and did not have time for that. So yes, and as you can see, my computer is working. My son helped me out with this. Got to give him major kudos because this thing works amazing. Um, no issues anymore. I've got a direct link to my Wi-Fi. Still haven't done the. It's not Wi-Fi. It's connected through Ethernet. But I need to get a Wi-Fi adapter so I don't have to run a cord. But running the cord's really good because everything's really fast. So yes, anyway, guys, you get this to look at my ugly mug today for a little while. At least there's that stuff behind me, the white's painting. But I have the FMS F-18 set up to work on. We'll get to that in a little bit. I wanted to do my usual and chat with my people. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. But while you're coming up with your questions, let me go through and call out the people who have come out to hang out with us tonight. So Victor, he was number one today. Victor was number one. Victor, thanks for coming by. Alan Gentry's here as well. Arcturus FPV, which is also known as Life. Howdy. Andy Cho, Hamilton's Hangar, David Martin Graff, EQRC, C Mafia, George Watts, who happens to be a member, very much appreciated. Barry Campbell, Nathaniel Pulling, David Martin Graff, Smitty1217, Joe Pellegrino, who's another one of my members. Thank you very much. Who else? Oh, there's Nate. Yeah, as I said, sorry, Nate. I didn't get a chance to send you the link, but I'll get you on next time. David Snyder. Who else? I'll call you guys out as I see you. So Ken Sprouse, JT200 driver, Pete Lane, what's up? My fellow RC flyer that's local. JCB67, the RC Air Marshal, who had another killer show, talking about Schubler fans and spending a whole lot of money. Who else? BD Tennessee, Ken Sprouse, Charlie Marchioni. So yeah, thank you guys for coming. Ray just needs to break. What do you say? Needs a break from me camping and that. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't need a break from anything. I just need to do some RC stuff. I got to fly yesterday. I guess everybody else flew on Saturday. I wanted to, but I had family over, so wanted to hang out with the family. Now that some of the restrictions are a little bit laid back. Let's turn the whole thing like this. There we go. So got to hang out with family. I get tested weekly, so that was cool. Family did everything that they're supposed to. Dana's RC, it is absolutely gorgeous. It's been gorgeous for the last week. So let's see. I'm going to go through. If you don't have a wrench, it just means you haven't been here for a while. But you will get one. Don't worry. So those of you that don't have wrenches, you will get them. And that's something that I've said before. I went through and cleared out all the wrenches and started over so that we could. I haven't done a giveaway yet, but I might do a giveaway at any time. We'll see, but I'll have to let you guys know. So there's Mr. Mike Finn. He's in there too. I guess you guys are hanging out today. Randy Huffins is there. There's Plains Archery Table Tennis. Davis RC. Angelo, what's happening? I got to fly with him yesterday. But as I was saying, yesterday was my day to fly since I have family that came over on Saturday. I got to see my sister and my niece and her new significant other. And then my son helped her with her computer. Helped get that thing fixed up and working. So I didn't get to fly Saturday with everyone else, but I did get to fly yesterday, and it was amazing. So there was a crosswind most of the day, but if you wait it out, it always gets nice. So I got probably 2.5 hours of uninterrupted flying with no wind, and the weather was like 77, 78 degrees. Mr. Hangar 51, what's happening? So I got to do flying back to back to back to back, which I haven't done in a long time. So it felt pretty good. I don't have a way to record it, which is the unfortunate, but I did get to do a crap ton of flying, which was fun. So, but the wind came last night, probably at about, they said it was supposed to start at about 10 p.m. The wind was supposed to go crazy. And today, it's been kind of nice outside, but I guess where we fly, it was up to like 36 miles an hour at one point. And then I think the highest it went was the middle of the night. It was like over 60. But let's see. So let me get back to the questions. Let me see if I can see any questions. What's up, Shadow Ops? So, see if I can catch any of your questions. And yeah, Andy Cho knows it was pretty windy. Actually, I got to put on a good show for Andy Cho's visitors yesterday. They got to see me fly over and over and over. It's pretty fun. I got some new batteries too, which is pretty cool. I got some. I didn't bring them inside, but I got some brand new China Hobbyline 6S65C 6,000 packs, and they are barely heavier than the 5,000 that they make now. I did some break-in flights yesterday. I did 2 break-in flights. I know I should do more than that, but and then I let them rip. Holy crap! I put it in the F-22. Those batteries are pretty sweet. So TNRC pilot, you get a wrench. Oh, cool. So you got the thing in the. You got Nate. You got the 1900 kV and the MiG. I thought you had a burner for that already. I thought you already had a burner, Julio. Yeah, so Andy Cho, the only way that you can get that thing to work with throttle cut is if you have it on a spare channel with the Y. It's connected to the throttle and doing exactly what the throttle will do. So you have to have a spare channel so that you can make it work opposite of, they'll work together with the throttle, but it'll also work with the throttle cut off. I can send you a video later. Actually, I can show you on this plane once I'm working on it. You'll be able to see. Okay, so if you have a spare channel on your radio, which I don't know if you do, well, we can work that out, but I'll do it another time. All right, so Yeah, Nate, we'll work that out. I'll get you something later. Probably not till the weekend. So I've got a crapping ton of LEDs showing up. So anyway, I also wanted to show you guys, the wife did some new merchandise, which is kind of cool. So while you're still coming up with some questions, I'll share the screen here and show you. It's going to look weird for a second, so don't freak out. But it's going to look a little weird for a second before I switch. So here we go. So check it out. This is the new merchandise. That's the web address up there, but this is the new stuff that the wife has come up with. She helped me make these things. It's pretty cool. But there's even stuff for the ladies if you'd like. But if you want to help support the channel, which I very much appreciate, you can do that through memberships, or you can do that through here, through the Teespring store. You've got masks, I've got stickers, I've got mugs, pretty much anything you can think of with the exception of pants and underwear and that kind of stuff. But I've got all those things if you guys want to see. So there's the web address there. I'll put the link there so you can see. But I'll put the link there so that you can see that. So if you guys would like to support the crazy Gooniac here and help me get this channel to grow and do some other things, there's the way that you can help me do that. I also put the links in the description. If you want to do that, you can go straight to there and look at that. Sorry, Dennis Forley. You're freaking out. You're probably freaking out over other stuff too. It's okay. It's all good. And yeah, EQ, you've got a very big order, so I appreciate it. And once I get that other money order, which I haven't seen yet, I will let you know, and then we will go from there. But if you guys would like, there's the merchandise there. That's the web address to the store. It is in the also in the description. I'll also have a link to my website in there if you guys want to look. But let's go back to the other banner, which is the usual thing. So still, I'm on questions. I'm going to stay there for a little bit because I always tend to miss things. If you can turn a face mask into a banana hammock, I really don't want to know about it. So anyway, yeah, ask away, guys. Questions if there's questions. But I will show you what I plan on doing this evening. I didn't say what fan I was going to be putting in, but I will tell you. I'm taking the fan that's in the plane, which is my own setup. It's a Power Fun fan with a Dr. Manthros 2200 kV motor and that's their own 12-blade fan. But this is what I'm going to put in. This is the new FMS 1900 kV setup. I have one sitting around. I like the way that the plane flew with this. It's just it was quiet, which is cool. But it was a lot quieter than what I was used to, and it still had quite a bit of power. But I wanted to try something different, and I've done that for a while, so now I'm going to put this thing back in. But RC Informer, what's up? Thank you for taking the time out to come hang out with the Gooniac. Okay, so this is the new 30 millimeter motor. It's 3060, so 30 millimeters and 60 millimeters long. And I'm using, these are the new adapters that I've got. It's going to go there, go there. So this is going to be going on. I'll actually do the gluing and other stuff here on the stream so you guys can see. That's good. But I'll glue this in place here in a little bit, but I'll do that where you guys can see. But let's check out questions if people got it. Let me go back to the other screen because I can see better. So let's see. Yeah, RC Informer, thank you for coming by. That's cool. Cool of you to take the time out to come hang. Mike, I plan on flying this coming weekend. Yes. I don't have work planned, so I should be there. What's up, Pilot Jerry RC? Dennis Farley, I think I said howdy to you already. Hamilton Sanger, yes, thanks for bringing that up. I am doing a pre-order for the Rafale, since I already make that motor anyway, make that adapter for that plane. So if you guys are looking for a burner for that plane, I already make the burners for it. Just get a hold of me. I have already set up the pre-order. Just get a hold of me and then we can do it that way. So EQ said, would you put a 10 amp BEC on FMS? That's never too much for a BEC, and yes, I've done that. My Freewing, my FMS 70 millimeter has a 10 amp BEC in it. No such thing as too much. There is such thing as too little, but you can never have too much. The only thing would be if you don't have enough room for it. So yeah, the plane that I'm going to be working on later has that 10 amp UVC in it. Oh, so RC Informer's got a new Spitfire video coming out. That's cool. LJ Hobby Life, what's up? I see you there. Pilot Brett and Pilot Anthony, what's up, guys? Olin's RC, can you set up a burner with a motor that has a heat sink? Depends on how much the heat sink is covering. A lot of planes with heat sinks, the heat sink takes up the whole motor. Some of them, if they have a little bit of room behind the motor, because there's only so much motor exposed. So if the heat sink leaves, a quarter inch or an eighth of an inch, I think quarter inch is probably the least you'd want to do. You could possibly fit a burner on there. What's up to Fred Barron? So yeah, you could do it. No, you won't burn up anything. The UBEC will only take what it needs. It's switching too, so it won't. There's always going to be some current coming out of it when it's plugged in, but it's only going to use what it needs. So if you're only going to run something that takes up 5 amps, that's all it's going to do. I put 10 amps in just about everything. I put a bigger 15 amp or 18 amp in my F-16 just because it should be. Pilot Jerry, yes, I got all I needed. It's just a matter of me getting it together and getting it out. So all of you that were there with Hamilton, and Hamilton's hangar for his giveaway, give me some time, but I will get your stuff sent out. I will get it all ready to go. So if there's anything else, anybody else got anything, or should we just get started on the work we got over here? So this is the fan that I will be putting in. It is an FMS 70 millimeter. So that's the fan. I think I already showed you guys. This is it. And I have to glue it in place. So the best thing to do, the way that I normally do it, is if it's not a very tight fit, which this one is, let's see if you can get it lined up. That's lined up perfect. But if it's not a crazy tight fit, you use a zip tie, tighten the zip tie down, and then you get your glue, which I've already got ready to go. Have your accelerator handy. So you get your glue and accelerator. And the way that I do it, there's a little lip here. See how that lip is in line with the one that's already there? So it's not going to create any extra drag. So what I do is I take, this is thick CA. This is Bob Smith Industries, BSI. This is regular, super thick CA. That's what I use because it's a lot easier to work with. It doesn't run everywhere. And you do it in such a way that it leaves a little lip. So instead of it being a abrupt transition, it wicks in and leaves a little bit of a lip. So the air will go up and over. So that's why I like using the thick, because it does that. It doesn't just run all over the place like thin will. Sometimes medium will too, which I don't like, but it leaves a little lip there. So if there is any air that does get sucked down in there, it's going to be a smooth transition. So get your accelerator, Instacure, that. Now this thick CA does still do a lot of the same things that the thin or medium will do. It does wick, but if you guys can see, it leaves a little bit of a lip right there instead of it being just an abrupt wall. So there, it's on, it's permanent until you want to take it off. If you work it a little bit, that doesn't look right. But if you mess with it a little bit, it will pop that off. So let's see. I'm missing out on the chat here. See what you guys are saying. Sorry, not much feedback. What are you talking about, Pete? What's up, Daryl? Hello from Georgia. Hello from good old California. So let's see. Did you get all the information? I got that. Lady poo. What the heck? Nate ain't here today. Nate's at home. So Charlie Marcioni is asking, would flex glue? I don't know what that is. The only stuff, what's up, Pilot Ryan? The only stuff that I use that has actually held pretty well is CA. I've used medium CA. I've actually used the tire glue, which is a different formula of CA. But what I didn't like about that is that it runs in a lot like the thin CA does. But what I like about the thick is that it leaves that lip. So if any air coming from here has to go down in there, it's going to have a smooth transition. So there's not going to be any thrust loss. And that's why I like these, because having this here makes it so that there's no flat spot back here. And wherever there's a flat spot, that creates turbulence, which causes drag. So anyway, that's ready to go. We'll get to the jet here in a little bit. Make sure everybody gets some questions answered before I get started, because I'm not going to be able to check the chat as much. I have my laptop set up over there, but we know how slow that laptop is from the previous episodes, so I may or may not be able to keep up with you guys. And also, guys, if you haven't checked out those new planes from Banana Hobby, do check them out. Those new jets are pretty sweet. There's a guy that I know that took a video of him flying his L-39 from over the weekend, and it looks really good. And I think that the RC Informer is going to have some videos coming up pretty soon of their new stuff. So you want to check his stuff out. I think that plane, that the Warbirds that they're getting are now are some of the older Durafly stuff, so they could be good. Spitfire looks familiar, but so yeah. So anything else before I get started? Because so that's the fan I'm going to be putting in, guys. That's what's written on the screen there. It's the new FMS 70mm 12 blade 1900 kV. That's what's going to be going in there. I'm using the stock ESC. That's not going to change. But and I'll show you the other burner that's in there. I've got one of the older burners in there. It's a test. Everything's test from that. Yeah, Pete Lane. All the new stuff. I include the zip ties in the package, but that's only to secure it and hold it in place so that you can get it straight. And then I suggest using thick CA to secure it. So this is the Bob Smith Industries Max Secure. This is a big bottle too. It's always cheaper to buy the bigger bottles. I got this from Amazon. This is extra thick, and this stuff works good. Really good on the foam, on EPO. Really good on EPO. This is the regular CA, and this is the accelerated I recommend, because this accelerated does not light off right away. It's a slow cure. So it takes probably about 10 seconds total for this to solidify. But the cool thing is you notice on this, it didn't make any craze, or it didn't make it get white like it does sometimes when it goes when it lights off too fast. So it looks like it looks like epoxy, and it works a lot like epoxy, so it's pretty good. So yeah, anything else you guys can think of before I get busy working here? I'm gonna have to turn on the light. I will switch to the F-18 cam. Got stuff set up to work on right there. So, and I have my laptop off to the side. Hopefully I'll be able to get working. Alan, I don't know, we'll see. I really need to get out to Oakdale. Only problem is it's so far away, and if I do, I'd like to go on a Saturday so that I'll have Sunday to recover, because it's 98 miles one way. So I won't be talking all that much. The Fred Barron. Thank you very much, my friend. Very much appreciated. Super chat, you're very welcome. If anybody wants to do what Fred Barron just did, I'd very much appreciate it. Not required, but I do appreciate it. And everything goes right back into me being a doofball and working on stuff here online, or showing you how to do stuff that you want to know how to do. And yes, Nathaniel Pulling, this kicker smells way better. The wife does not get pissed off when I spray this stuff inside. It smells more fruity. So, Mr. Fred Barron, thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Leave you up there on the screen for a little bit. I do appreciate that quite a bit. So, let's get started on the F-18. Now, I'm not going to have the headphones on as much. So let me take those off for a second while I get set up. So I will be right back, guys. All right, so I'm getting my stuff set up. Yeah, I know Nate's not there to entertain like always, but I've got to get the tools that I need real quick. I'm gonna turn the light on. Hold on, just real quick, guys. Okay, so I've got my tools here. It's pretty simple to get to the fan in this plane. I'm just going to use a 2mm hex, not hex, 2mm Allen to get in there to get this thing pulled apart. So, sorry if there's a little bit of shaking. Got my computer here on this, so I got to get the canopy off first. Let's get that off. Get to the stuff in here. So I've got the 2mm here to get the motor hatch off. Yes, the plane's old. I've had it for a few years, and I've flown it a lot. I've worn down the wheels to almost nothing, and I'm not going to change them till they're to the plastic, pretty much. But get this fan hatch off. Had to do some dremeling in here before to get this other fan housing to fit. So if you look in here, you can see the unit that's in there, the power fun. But I'm gonna have to get a screwdriver to get the rest of it out. Be right back. And yes, as I said, the plane has been to hell and back, but it still flies fabulous. So it's gonna stay as it is. I considered getting a new airframe, but I'll just fly this till it won't fly anymore. This has actually been a test bed for me as well. So I've used a lot of different setups in here. Let's see. So I had to improvise with this setup. I was able to get this fan to fit, but I had to move it slightly forward of where the holes slightly forward from where they were originally. But there's the unit. Still works really good. still balanced. But I'm going to take this unit and put it in my new Freewing F-35. So let's get that set up. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's get that off there. Thanks for the super chat again, Fred Barron. Much appreciated. But yeah, so let's get back to working on that thing. It looks worse here on camera than it really does, but it's a little dinged up. So what? I fly my planes. And also, yeah, the Super Hornets. I'm actually thinking about getting the new E-Flight, but that's not a Super. What's up, GB? So yeah, I think it's time. I hope somebody ends up making a Super Hornet version. I had one back in the days. I had a 50 millimeter. That was a Super Hornet. They were being preemptive, I guess. Getting ready to set that up. But so here's the two fans together. This is the FMS, and that's the Power Fun. So the Power Fun has a slightly bigger lip than that one, and I had to do a little bit of dremeling in there to get this stuff to work. But I will get all that out. So the one thing I forgot to do was unplug that from inside. So I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm just going to clip it. Hold on a second. I got to get a tool to clip. Okay, so not going to reuse this fan. Oh, see, good thing I'm pulling this thing out. Look at this. This is one of my prototype housings. Good thing I'm taking it out. Wow. Okay. So that's getting clipped. Yeah, that is coming off because that is not good. Turn that around. Just break it off. But this is the older LED. Much older. A lot less. Still pretty bright for what it is. That lens is cool. But compared to this, not quite a comparison. So gotta get that off, the tape off. Always tape my connections because I don't want any arcing, especially with 6S voltage. You could get arcing. The amp's not very high, so you don't have to worry too much about that, but you can get arcing if you're not careful. All right, I've got the computer. Got the computer here by me so I can see the chat better. Trying to check what you guys are saying. Checking the chat, trying to catch up real quick. Hopefully it won't take forever to get this thing done. Should be pretty quick. All right, so now I can see the chat okay. All right, so let's get this done. Get back in here. So as I was saying, I got to get the insulation off the wires. I always put a high quality electrical tape just to secure them in place and to insulate just in case. Overkill, yes, but why not? It doesn't hurt. Not at all. There's one down. Get to the next. There it is. The fun part, all the little details. At least you guys get to see it from beginning to end. How it gets done. Well, the cool thing about the FMS fans, especially the new ones that they've come out with lately, they come balanced. So there's not much for me to do other than just install the thing. So pretty much all I'm going to do after I get this stuff off is make sure the motor direction's right and then put it in place. So this tape off. Probably even reuse the same tape. Alright, so there's that. It's out. So what I'll do, I mean, I can just show you guys. Once you've decided you don't want to use it anymore, these things pop right off. This one is an older prototype unit using a different type of material. Sorry for the jitters. So it's very brittle. Excuse me. So there you go. See, it just came clean off. No issues. So this fan will be going into my new Freewing F-35. I have a new Kit Plus. So I'm going to go through. If I don't have Nate build it for me, I'll go through and do it myself. And get all these things. This setup to go in there. These housings pretty much just fit right in there. Maybe a little bit of work for the lip, but not all that much. We should be good. So now we need to flip this thing over. And again, this has been a test bed, so please don't look at this and be like, oh my God, it's so messy. I know Jeff's custom, if he's in here looking, he's just going to flip. It is kind of grody. There's the old wire. It's out of there. Let's get the go get 'em wire. Give me a second. All right, have a good night, Ken Sprouse. Thanks for coming by. We are going to keep going on this thing. So let's see, we'll get the go get 'em wire on here. And get it to go all the way through back to there. So, and I have this one set up slightly different. Like I said, this is a test bed. So I have this one powered by a little UVEC that connects directly into the main connection. So as soon as you plug in the main battery, it's good to go. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I do paint it again, because this is a custom scheme. I made this like the ones out of a little more of the Black Knights VFA 154. But this was an actual plane. I think it still exists, but it's a little different now. It's got black here. But we're going to flip it over and get this new fan wire run. So what I'd like to do first, though, is make sure I get that done right. So let's see. I have my laptop here now. Thankfully, it's not lagging, so I can see what you guys are saying. Keep up with the chat. So anyway, let's get going. So I have the go get 'em wire. Actually, you know what? I think I can't remember. If I connect those that way, it should run right. But it's not always that easy. So let's see. That's right. So with this one, if I remember right, I had to pull out the ESC just a little bit so that I have room to feed that wire under. So get them wire. I always start at the very rear. Push it all the way through. Push it through to there. And it should be coming out through this side, which it is. It's coming through. So we're good. Now let's see. Yeah, there it is right there. All right, so let's see if I can get lucky with these connections. I don't remember if plugging them in the way that they're supposed to makes them run the same direction, or if we're going to have to switch it. But we will find out. That. And that. Then let's get the go get 'em wire. This is from a Freewing plane, but I've used several different types of quote-unquote fish tape for this sort of thing. I've even used some craft wire for my wife's stuff. That works good too. Put that way. Let's see if we can get it through there. There's the wire. Not that far. Sorry for the bumping around. One man show at the moment. Can't do it all. Push that through. There's it. All right. Through there. Okay, now let's see if I can see the wire. Where's the wire? There it is. Grab it and pull. So with this plane, you've got to make sure that ESC is out of the way. Otherwise, you cannot pull stuff through. And it's through in the plane. Didn't yank anything else out. All good. So now I can pull that through the bottom there. Good to see my non-existent six-pack. So let me get the battery and my transmitter fired up. Give me a second. Be right back. So let me get caught up on the chat for a little bit before I get into all of this stuff. But just so most of you know, me and my batteries, I'm very picky about batteries and how I do it and what I use, why I use them.
Time remaining 4 minutes 0 seconds. Gear up. Takeoff flaps. Normal mode. Flaps up.
My radio talks a lot. But I'm very particular about batteries. So the battery of choice, because I like a combination of flight time and really lightweight, I tend to use a 6S30C 4000. That's way more than I need, and it seems to meter the flight. So it gives me a lot of top end, but it also has lightweight, and then I get the full flight. So I'm able to get, what the heck is that, wind? Sheesh. The wind's blowing stuff around in my backyard. I'm able to get the full 4 minutes flight time, and even sometimes a little bit more if I don't go crazy. What's up, Paul McNeil? So I use my favorite battery of choice is the 6S 30C 4000, just because it's the best all around, lightweight, all of that. But this is one that I use too. This is a 6S 40C 4000, which is still more than enough without being too heavy. So let's plug that in and make sure I got the right direction. Make sure it's going the right way. All right. Right there, right there. There's the 6 beeps, which means 6S. And don't recommend doing this because it's kind of dangerous to have the fan out of the plane, but I'm doing this simply to see if we've got the right direction. And we do. So I'm going to unplug it. Actually, you know what? Let's do this first. I'm going to get the throttle cut. Andy Cho, if you're still here, this is for you. So if you have the burner set up on a spare channel, you can do this. You hit throttle cut, and then you're able to operate the burner without the motor spinning. So I'm probably going to blow out the camera by doing this, but you'll be able to see. So the way that I had to do this was I went into the radio, went into the setting, the setup menu, which is, it turns off your RF. So make sure that you have the plane unplugged. You go into that menu, you go to channel assign, and there's two different menus. You skip the first one and go straight to the second one. The second one is actual port assign. So if you have a spare channel, you choose that spare channel. You choose whatever channel it is that you want. In this case, I think I chose aux 2. and you say that that is also throttle. So they'll have a regular throttle, and then there'll also be this other throttle that's mirrored. So you select that, and then go back into your regular menu, which is going to turn on your RF, turn on your signal, and then you go to system setup. I mean, not system setup, servo setup, and you find the channel that you use. In this case, I use aux2, so you go to aux2, and then you only make it go in one direction because it's going to have it set to go in two directions. 0 will be nothing, that'll be neutral, but then it'll go positive 100 and negative 100. So you'll have to stop the negative 100 and make it only go positive 100. And then that will give you, your throttle kill will still kill the motor, but your throttle that's been mirrored, which is an aux2 in my case, will actually work even with the throttle cut off. So throttle cut's on right now, but it still works. And then I have it timed. So I jam the throttle forward and it comes on slowly. So even when I jam it, it takes a couple seconds to go to full. And then when I turn it all the way off, it takes a little less than a second to turn off. So there's that. All right. So now that we know we got it right, that's a little demo there. I can always show you that another time if you need to see it. But that's it. So let's get these things taped off and put back in. Let me check the chat really quick. Hope you guys aren't getting bored by this. But it's something I wanted to do where everybody could see. Yeah, the wire pull is the only thing that's hard about this is getting that wire to go through it. Have a good night, Shadow. So let's see. Yeah, and Andy, you can always ask me later. I can help you out if you want to do it. If you got an extra channel, I can help you out with it. All right, so we've got the wires are connected properly. So now we're going to put the electrical tape back in its place. This is just to keep the connections from pulling apart and to insulate so there's no arcing. They happen to get too close, which does happen. This voltage, it can do that. All right. So we got it on the first try, which is nice. Make sure those things are seated too, because that if you have a bad connection, that's not good either. Because then it'll arc and it'll start melting stuff. Ask how I know. Been there, done that. So this piece of tape, I kind of folded over a little bit. See if I can get that off. I can. Cool. Got it opened up. All right, so last one. Let's get this one on. Cool. So all that stuff is back in. Now I pulled that ESC out a little ways. So I'm going to push the ESC back where it came from. Make sure that the thing's out of the way. There we go. Push it in there. Okay. Yep, went in. It's fine. To pull the burner wire through a little better. There we go. That in there. That in there. And we're good to go. Cool. All right. Sorry for the extra noise. I'm rubbing up against stuff. So I'm going to have to find some. Let's see. Pull that through. I have to move that ESC forward a little bit more. So let's see the wires. The wires are still not quite all the way in. This is the stock Predator ESC too, by the way. It has been pretty good to me. Let's see here. There we go. Push it in there a little more. Push that back in. Push that in. There we go. There. Now, another thing you've got to do, I'm going to take my headphones off for this. You've got to get back behind there and move those wires into place, which is what I'm going to do right now. So I'll be right back. All right. So I'm going to use the hatch screws for the to hold the fan down, because I have to find the extras and use those because I use them for something else. So let's get those and put them down. There. Okay, cool. There might be a little bit of it might not be totally in the right position. It looks like it's going to be okay. I don't want it to rub. So I'm not going to totally cinch it down yet because I got to make sure it's totally clear. But let's get it fired up again and see what it does. All right, so I think I still have throttle cut on, which I do. There's the burner. Excuse me.
Normal mode.
So now let's, yeah, it's all good. Tis working. So that's it. Got it installed. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to put the hatch on because I don't have the screws for it, because I use them for something else. Actually, I use them for the main wing on my MiG-17 because the little black ones fell out. But I have extras, so I'll use those. But so yeah, that's it. We've got it going, and that is it for the install. So this will go on. Like I said, I'll do this at another time. but I had to carve out some for the lip on the other one. This one's just going to go right on. So if you have this plane, this 1900 kV fan is a direct fit. There's no extra anything required to get it in there. And it doesn't require an ESC swap either. You can use the same ESC as you did before. So no need to change that. So cool. So that's done. Gonna have to fire it up at another time. Put that back to here. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. But we got it going. So any other questions while I'm here? Well, we still got this up. Yeah, you can see, as Nate was saying, the weathering. It's my own weathering. I fly this thing a lot. I tend to fly it pretty hard too. So that's it for that. But if you guys have any questions, I can help you out. Let me go back and check in the chat, see if I missed anything. Have a good night, Daryl. Sorry if I missed you. Yeah, I got to be up at 5 in the morning, so trust me, I know. And yeah, Joe Pellegrino, the Y cable is the easiest. That's the easiest setup. Easiest setup to use. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, so I see that somebody is asking about where can I get a 70mm Afterburner. Best thing to do is Joe, send me an email to here. Send me an email and then tell me what it is that you want, and I'll get you hooked up. Or if you'd like, you can always take a look at my website, which is here. I have to pull that up. Hold on. This is the website you can use. The best way to do it is to email me direct, though. Send an email to gooniac33@gmail.com, and I'll hook you up. I do all my orders direct, so you can't click a store. I sold, I think I'm pushing over 2,000 of these now. Every single one of them, I interacted directly with the customer. So it's not one of those things where you go and click. Ooh, there's something, add to cart. I don't want it to be that way. I've never wanted it to be that way. I want it to be more of a personal thing. So send me an email and we can talk there. I'll make sure to figure out exactly what it is that you have, what it is that you want. So if you would like to get a hold of me, that's my email right there, gooniac33@gmail.com. That's how you get me. And then I'll help you out. If you'd like to see some of the setups, the coolest thing to do is go to. I've got my phone. So here, Nate, I've got my phone now. Hold on. I was using my phone for other stuff. Um, no, you didn't do anything wrong. I just sent you an email. There's the link. I had my phone set up for other stuff, and the phone was the only way that I could send you the link to the page. So there you go. Go ahead and sign on. You didn't do anything wrong. I just didn't have time. I'm old and slow. Um, so if you'd like to get on, go ahead. And yeah, Joe, so hopefully that's what you needed. Um, so yeah, so anything else? Oops. Yeah, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. It's been a little over an hour. I guess I didn't do too bad. I took the fan out and installed it. We've only been on an hour and 15, hour and 16. So anyway, yeah, I actually did fairly good. I'm kind of surprised. Surprised. So I had been using my phone as one of the cameras, and that's usually how I send my links to Nate. And I had been setting up. I tried to get set up early so that I wouldn't be floundering at the last minute. So I had my phone up there, and I couldn't email the link to this because I'm old and slow. So without further ado, here is the goofball Nate. There you are.
Hi.
So everybody's asking, where's Nate? Where's Nate? Where's Nate? Where's Nate? Where's Nate? Look, there's Nate right there.
So I'm confused. Like, you were setting up late? Like, huh? What?
Mm-hmm.
You always set up late.
What I said was I actually planned it out right this time. So
Huh. Okay.
I had my phone set up way early. And
You had me worried about like something different we won't get into, but
no. You're a pain in my ass, but you're not that much of a pain in the ass.
So yeah, guys. The cow goes moo.
Ooh. Actually, no, it goes woo. They make a cool sound.
Man, I think it's so sexy.
As Captain Blanche would say, oh, so sexy plane. It's a sexy plane.
So yeah.
So what all did you fly Saturday?
Let's see. I flew that Griffin, the 104, the 21, the A4, and the V1200. It was fun. We had fun out there. It was a beautiful day. Again, it was like windy in the morning, and all of a sudden it just died. It was beautiful all day.
That's what we did yesterday.
But yeah, I think, I flew a shit ton on Saturday. I flew a lot.
You know how normally I have to wait for people? Yesterday, there was nobody there. So I was flying.
Sure, because like
after another. It was awesome.
There was like a huge like wind like thing that's supposed to happen, and it did pick up, but it wasn't as bad as like it said. Although today it was bad, but like Sunday it was like they said, oh, like something, but like
it did exactly the same thing yesterday that did the day before. So right around, actually it died a few times during the day, but at 3 o'clock it completely died.
It was the same. It would kind of be like it'd be dead, and then it'd be like 5 mile an hour crosswind, and then it died.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I acquired that today.
Wait, what? Oh, the MiG?
The MiG-17. And I spent all day. Well, not all day, but Mike was actually over at the house today. He hung out. I'm sending. If you guys see, my A4 is in the T-33's place. I actually am sending the T-33's going to Phoneboy RC.
Oh, really?
And Mike came over today, brought some boxes, and packed it in a box, bubble wrapped it up, and we're shipping it out to him tomorrow. And then we went to see Frank, picked up that MiG, and then I
You
spent.
should have said something because you realize it's right around the corner for me.
Well, I said I was going to get the thing today.
I know, but you didn't say when. I had stuff for you. I should take it to you after this. I have the.
Oh yeah. By the way.
T-47.
Oh yeah. He did some good things to that MiG. So the gear doors work fine. It still has that stock sequencer in it, which I'm gonna leave it alone. It's not that bad. You just gotta flip the gear switch like twice when you plug it in. But the gear doors attached to the landing gear are 3D printed. The fin on the back is 3D printed, and and then he had a separate UBEC in it, so I could run that 1900 kV with the stock ESC. So I did all the testing with it with the stock fan with the 1550 Outrunner, but then I just like an hour ago put the in-runner in it, and then I also put a pilot in it from the MiG-29 because the MiG-29 canopy is all messed up, which, by the way, that new canopy showed up tomorrow. And then all the cheater grate things, they're still attached, and I actually ripped it off to do the ESC because I had to relocate it, obviously, and none of them broke.
Okay, well, I'm still going to give you the fin and the other one.
Yeah. And then since I did put the new fan in there, the old fan or the in-runner had the burner on it, but it was one of those test ones, and the lens blew off, and it worked fine. Then I plugged it in this morning, and it went on. And
yeah. Well, as soon as that lens is off, that's it.
Yeah. It actually lasted like a month without it, but then it just died.
Yeah.
But yeah, that you made it seem like that fan swap took a lot of work. I had it swapped in like 2 minutes.
Well, because you had the cliff notes, that's why, and you were at home.
Yeah, I just dropped the fan. The only hard thing was I just had to drill new screw holes, which
that was it. And I didn't. I mean, when you're home, you have all the stuff you need. I did it at the field, so I had to improvise. Yeah. But it wasn't hard.
Move that ESC plate up, and yeah, it wasn't bad. But yeah,
cool.
I just had to change some wiring things because he had it set up all kind of weird-ish.
You fly. You're gonna love how it flies.
Oh, I know. I cannot wait to fly it.
Just remember to put that battery way the hell up there.
Oh yeah, I know. I already CG'd it. It's all good.
Yeah, because my battery is like that far from the front.
Yeah, I CG'd it. It's all good. I used the stock CG, and I remember where you put it. So I was thinking, okay, if I use a stock CG and the battery's pretty far forward, I know it's fine.
Yeah.
And it was fine. I think the stock CG is like 300 millimeters. It's actually behind like the main wheels. It's actually pretty far back, but that wing is so swept that I'm not surprised.
So what I did was the same thing that you do with the F-86. I did it the tip test. So I basically have it to where it will slowly go back to its main.
Yeah, that's how it is with mine.
Same thing.
It's like the Hawk. If it sits on its tail with the battery in it, you know the CG's good.
Yeah.
And if you hit the throttle and the nose dumps down, it's fine.
Yeah. So I got a whole bunch of planes for sale too. So you guys, if you're looking for stuff, I've got like 5 planes for sale.
Yeah.
If anybody's here in the Bay Area.
You got to come out the day we're going flying this weekend. I want you to see that little F-104. I finally am getting used to how it flies, man. It is so cool.
Yeah, I should be there Saturday if everybody flies Saturday.
Yeah, I'm going Saturday. I'm doing all my.
I think there's weather coming though.
Oh, we'll find out. But yeah, you don't have a gyro in your MiG, right? Like you didn't need it.
I have it, but I don't use it.
Okay.
I decided to get rid of it so I could use my space.
I put the lemon in there, and I could do it with the gyro, but I plugged the speed brakes in at aux too. So the burner needs to be on a Y because I have the flaps and the speed brakes. I have the speed brakes on a slider.
Okay.
And then I know it doesn't need the flaps, but I have them set up.
Yeah, I don't use them. I just use the brakes.
No, the thing doesn't need it.
The brakes actually work really good. They slow it down. It says rain, possible rain Friday,
Yeah.
and then Saturday, the
Oh yeah.
usual.
You know, another cool thing too is I was worried about this, but he also put all Metal Gear, everything, every servo was replaced.
Are
Metal
they
Gear.
Corona?
Yeah, the Corona servos, bro. My plane has Corona.
Yeah, it's fitting.
Coronavirus?
Coronavirus.
Dude, the burner's gonna be insane because he also put foil tape in the back.
Cool. Just make sure that it's ahead of the fan.
Yeah, I checked it all. It's good. It's all ready to go. It just needs a burner.
Cool.
And then-
you a spare channel or Y? I think you said
Y.
Y already. Okay.
Well, I mean, I have a Y controller from the one you gave me for the 104, but then I ended up finding one, so I guess I don't really need the controller. But
So if you don't need it, you've got one. I mean, it's not burned out. That's the good one.
no, it's the one that you gave me in that whole bunch. But because I needed it, but then I ended up I had like a bunch of old ones like stashed away. Then I was plugging them in. I'm like, oh, this one works. It's a Y.
Cool.
But yeah, I just need the burner.
Okay. I will have, because I'm making some for Brandon too, so I've got to get it all together. Finally getting him his. It's taken forever for me to get to his. Going to get it to work out.
Yeah, Andy Cho, if you don't put any like reflective, or if you don't put any tape or paint, the light will bleed through. But honestly, I could.
And you won't see it during the day. You do not see it. It's,
if you basically, you're not gonna see it. Like when we fly, you don't really see it until it starts to get dark. Like during the day, you don't see it.
Mm-mm.
For most people, once they start to see the light bleed through, they stop flying. But we're all built different. Ray flies his MiG in like the pitch black.
Yeah, literally. I've flown it basically where I couldn't see the ground.
Oh my god, dude!
Because I don't have a light on that one, just the wing lights and the burner.
Dude,
I've flown it so late until when I'm going away from the sun, I have to chop the throttle so I can still see it.
Yeah, you missed it. Like I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, but like freaking Keon, his Havoc, no moon, no nothing, flew his Havoc in the pitch black.
How the hell did he see it?
I don't know. I was trying to film it. I'd be looking this way, and the plane was like over there.
You didn't crash it?
No, he like flew it around like normal. I was like, Jesus Christ!
He's just been eating a lot of carrots.
Like, I have good eyes, but like when it comes to like night, I'm not like my depth perception at night is not good. Like when I was flying the Gripen, I flew the Gripen almost pitch black last week, and flight was fine. But then I came into land and I flared, and it just bam onto the ground. It was fine, but
yeah,
the Gripen. Oh my god, I love that plane so much now. Like it actually is one of my favorite planes to fly now. Putting that Hot Eagle in it just changed it completely.
Okay, no more wiggles.
No, dude, it's fucking locked.
Cool. Yeah, I don't plan on. I'm not keeping it. I just don't care for it. I love the way it flies. It flies great. It doesn't look like anything I want to see. So
I think it looks sick. I love Deltas.
He's got to go.
That MiG is just so funny looking. It's like the freaking pig of the ceiling. I'm gonna have to probably sell another plane though because got to say this. I've got that new Focke-Wulf on the way too.
The FW ones are coming.
Actually, I can't tell you who told me this information, but I actually found out about this Focke-Wulf about a week before it was announced. And, I mean, everybody knew about it, but like I was able to get like pictures of it and like all the details about it about a week early. I'm not saying who told me, but basically, I think he said February 12th is when it's going to hit the streets.
Okay, that's not that far away.
So I pre-ordered it. I was planning. My grandma was going to give me a birthday gift, and I got all A's and like 1 B+ this last semester. My grandma was proud, so she was going to get me a plane. And I was literally going to get the Freewing F-4 because Mike got one, and I was like so impressed. But I'm like, let me see about this Focke-Wulf. And as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I don't care. Bam.
Cool. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. I don't have room. I got to get that MiG. I think I'm going to build the MiG. Do a couple shows with me working on the MiG.
He also had a MiG brand new in the box at the estate sale, like a brand new one, like new in box. Like he hadn't opened it yet, but I don't know who's gonna take it. His garage was like a fucking hobby shop, dude. Holy shit. He had a lot.
Yeah, I remember.
Lots of stuff.
Were there people showing up buying stuff or what?
No, it was just us. Poor. It's so sad, man, because like it was his youngest. I think it was his out of the daughters. It was his younger daughter's birthday.
Oh,
And we pulled up, and Frank was meeting us there, and like Libby like took off. I don't know where she was going, but like somebody came up to like the kids basically look like they haven't like soaked it in yet. Like they still look like normal-ish, but
they will. Yeah.
I don't think it hasn't set in for them quite yet. But yeah, I saw Frank. We went in, grabbed the MiG. Mom got them flowers, and we talked for a little bit, and then I went back home.
Hey, Pilot Ryan, if you've got a link to your video, you can drop it in here, and then when we're done, everybody will head on over there. Just drop the link in there.
Hey, dude,
drop the link at least.
Everybody talks about the price on that FW, and it's like it's high for sure, but you're getting the telemetry, which I don't give a crap about telemetry, but they did do what I like with the P-51. They could have done around the canopy, the edges of the canopy, and the edges of like the foam around the canopy, all plastic, so there's no paint chipping and denting. And then the wings also come apart like the Mustang, like they have like the detachable ends with like the snap in, all plastic around it, all plastic.
Okay, cool.
The Mustang, like the edges that kind of get worn down after you yank them apart so many times.
So they put well, I mean, it's an FMS plane, so they thought about it.
Yeah. It comes with hard tires, but then they also have like a softer tire that you can buy too, which I'm not gonna do because I usually don't have issues landing my Mustangs.
Cool.
Well, and the FW is easy because if you look at a real FW, they 3-point them. So it's like if you 3-point it, it's easy.
Yeah, because the prop is huge.
The prop's huge, and those gear are they're so tall that if they were to wheelie them on, then they would.
Yeah, the real plane had paddle, big paddle props. So
yeah, and I watched some videos of the real one today. They almost, some of them, they land like tail wheel first. They bop the tail wheel. So
yeah, I think there's one in the U.S. up in Washington
and Chino. The paint scheme they put on it was the one that they have at Planes of Fame. Same with
the one at Chino though. That one's not the original engine.
No, it's got some sort of other engine.
Yeah, but the one up in Washington is the original.
Yeah, it's an original
BMW. Joe Valdez, I got your email, so I'll check with you after the show.
Yeah, but I'm excited for that. I'll have to figure that out because I was going to put the Focke-Wulf right where that MiG is. I think the next plane that'll probably go will be most likely that A6, but we'll see. I don't know. Or, well, I don't know. Once little Jack can start riding in the front seat of his car, he's going to get my F-22, but I can't give it to him if he's got to leave that back seat up. It's not going to fit because the wings can come off, but I put the LEDs on, so there's so many wires.
So Olens RC, I see you. That's Kevin Ruiz. What's up, man? Yeah, I sent out that stuff to you. You should have it here pretty soon, beginning of the week probably. I made sure to send it out right away.
Oh, GB, we were just talking about how I pre-ordered the new E-Flight Focke-Wulf, and then they were talking about how there's a real Focke-Wulf up in Washington. It belongs to the Erickson Aircraft. You remember the guy, Jim Martinelli, the guy who's flying the Mustang at Castle? He's like the chief pilot, or like one of the chief pilots at Erickson. They have an original Oscar. They have like PBY Catalina. They got a bunch of cool planes. Obviously, they got that P-51. They got a P-47. But
you got a couple. What do they call them? B-25s too.
Yeah.
And then they have a Sturmovich. That flying tank.
The IL-2.
Yeah, the flying tank.
I want somebody to make an IL-2. That's such a cool plane.
They have it with. It has the Allison motor in it, but it's still one of those. We've got a couple of the Russian planes.
That's a beast. Oh yeah, I don't know if they're the ones that have a Yak 3. I know Chino has a Yak 3.
I think they do.
The Yak 3 is cool one too.
They have a BF 109.
Oh yeah, they have a 109 too.
What else? They got the P-51s, obviously.
I wish Horizon.
They have a lot of the cats.
The Focke-Wulf's awesome, but I would have like lost my shit if they came out with a 6S 109.
They still might. You never know.
I forget exactly where it is, GB, where Erickson Aircraft is, but I know it's in Washington State.
It's Everett? Is it near Everett?
I couldn't tell you. I could get in contact with my buddy David Reed. He's one of their pilots. I could ask him.
Yeah, there's a mechanic, a female mechanic that works there. She's only like 28 years old, but she's pretty dang good. Works on all their aircraft there. She's the one that, I think, the lead mechanic even. But I forget what her name is. I think her name's Cassidy.
Yeah,
this little itty bitty girl working on these big ass radio motors.
Well, that's like at Hollister too, like the Minjet team of like race number 5 at Reno, the white L-39. They have like a young woman like working on the jets. She was taking apart the one that got midair. She's like taking the wings off of it, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah. Let me look this up. It's Erickson. Is what it's called?
It's Erickson.
Yeah.
Erickson Aircraft. Because I see them all the time because, well, we didn't have it this year because of the coronavirus. But in Hollister, every 4th of July, all the Erickson planes would fly up to Hollister and they do the 4th of July show. I remember because we had to like move all of our gliders that are parked on the ramp because they got to get the P-38 through there. It's huge. So we had to like the airport manager at Hollister. Like I love Hollister. It's a great place to has a home base because all like our mechanic and instructor there. But the airport manager is not a pilot, so like, oh god, like they just redid some of the taxiways. And if anybody's a pilot in here,
so it looks like it's not Washington, it's Oregon.
Oh shit, yeah, it's Oregon. God damn it. My bad.
It's Madras, Oregon.
Yeah. That makes sense now. I'm tired of that.
Yeah. It's kind of nice. I can actually do things on my computer while I'm streaming.
I'm tired, man. I've been out since like 6
instead of the usual waiting for it to unfreeze.
But
I just typed the link in there if you guys want to look. If you guys like Warbirds, take a look at that. They have a lot of cool planes. A lot of cool videos.
Yeah, no shit, Alan Gentry. Warbirds, they're very, very, very high maintenance, inexpensive. When they do the annuals, I mean, on the Mustangs at Hollister, it's like all like the testing. Because I'm good buddies with the pilots that fly one of the P-51s, and it's like when it's not flying, it's torn apart.
Yeah, and it takes a couple weeks.
Yeah, and
at least a week.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying like the airport manager at Hollister, he's not a pilot, right? So he's like rushing us to do these things, and he like doesn't understand. And then when they redid the taxiways, right, like the whole short bars, usually it's like a straight line. But the way he had the people do it is he put it in like a V shape. So if you follow the lead-in line, if anybody that's not a full-scale pilot, they're not going to get it. But like if you follow the lead-in line of the taxiway, technically your wings are past the whole short line. So technically whoever's on file has to go around. So it's like it's retarded. Like they did a terrible job with it, but whatever.
So here's all the plane. Here's all their aircraft. So they've got a lot. They've got a P-38, a B-17, the red-tail P-51, P-38. I already said P-38. Grumman Duck, which is a goofy-looking plane. F-4 Corsair, F-4U Corsair.
Oh, well.
T-47, T-6. The coolest plane they have is a Nakajima Ki-43.
Yeah, they have an Oscar. Cool. The Oscar's a cool plane.
Yeah. PT-17, Belanca Air Cruiser, which is a weird-looking plane. B-25, PBY-5A, P-2V Neptune, which is what used to be stationed here at Moffett Field back in the days. They used to be the old P3s, the older version of the P3s. FW190, L29, FM2 Wildcat, a TBM Avenger, A26, which is a cool plane. PV2 Harpoon, that's a rare one. The Sky Raider, which is cool. SVD Dauntless. They got a lot of planes. P39, the MB109, they got a Martin Mahler. I don't think that flies though. And then the P40, and then the F6F. Those are cool to watch. The F6Fs are powerhouses.
Oh my, yeah, dude, they fly into Hollister, right? And they're taking off out of there. And that day they're flying home. They got like a 10-knot headwind. Goes
Thank you, Alan Gentry.
He starts at the numbers, and he takes off, and he's up in like 500 feet, and he's like climbing. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
It's a flying motor. It's a flying motor.
That's like that's like the Pawnees, man. The Pawnees are a flying motor. Without a glider on the Pawnee, our tow plane, they're freaking crazy.
Yeah. RC Air Marshal, the Merlin's pretty cool because it's really complicated. It's got a 2-stage blower, all these different, for its time, it was pretty ahead of its time. I think I forget how many valves per cylinder, but it's a pretty advanced motor for its time.
Sounds amazing.
Yep.
My favorite thing about the Merlin is they land and they chop the throttle.
Yeah, they pop.
Snapple, crack, pop.
And that's a timing thing. They can make it do that. They can adjust the timing on those. If they pull the timing, I think if they advance it, that's what it does. But
yeah. Well, yeah, they're wheeling them on, so they land. So when you do a wheel landing, you have some cracked open throttle. Because on a wheel landing, a tail drag, you're essentially doing a low pass and just touching the gear.
Yeah.
So they keep the power on they hear the big old tire trip, and then they chop the throttle and stick the wheels in and then snap, pop, pop.
Yeah, all that fuel still in there. The Allisons do that too. Bob Hoover used to do that. He'd make it pop on purpose with his old Yeller.
Oh yeah.
He'd get it to that setting where it would just
never got to see him fly.
Way.
That would have been amazing though.
Yeah, I got to see him fly 3 different planes in one day. 3 or 4, I remember. What do you think? Oh, it was 4. Because he flew the P-51, he flew the Saberliner, he flew an F-86, and then he also flew the the Shrike.
Yeah,
that was 1 year.
The Commander.
Yeah.
So. That's a big ass.
So anybody here that's an Alan Gentry, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. So anybody in here that was thinking about getting the Rafale, if you want a Rafale, I do sell the burners already. So if you need a burner for that Rafale, get a hold of me.
I need a burner.
I know you need one. I got yours set up already. You'll get yours.
Oh wait, it's already built?
No, but it will be before the weekend. Before the weekend, it will be.
I was like, oh damn, I'm going to be putting the burner tonight.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that one being on a Y is the control board. He's got the BEC plugged into it, so all I have to do to run the burner is unplug the ESC and it already runs. Just test it on the ground.
Yeah.
And I will say, the airplane is in amazing condition. I was with Mike and we were all the black spots, there's some rough spots. We spent 10 minutes going around it with a black Sharpie. I re-glued the canopy antenna and I filled in the gap. I made it look nice and I put the pilot in it. It's sweet.
I've got the touch-up paint too.
Yeah.
I ordered some of that a couple.
That plane was beat up when I got it, but I think it's already prettier than Ray's.
Mine's hideous. That's why I fly it so damn fast.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I've always wanted that MiG. It's just people buy them and it's a hit or miss if you have issues. So like I said, the only way I'd get one, if I bought Ray's, but I found an opportunity, I got one, all upgraded servos. The gear doors work right. And I put the in runner in it, and it's that's it. That's all I need.
The in runner helps a lot.
It was fine with the outrunner, just it didn't have the thrust.
Didn't have the speed either. Didn't have a top speed.
Yeah, I have this is the old outrunner right here. It's AF model.
Yeah. No, that's it. For what it is, it's not bad. And a 36 millimeter in runner will fit in there.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah, that's what Frank did. He just used the stock cone.
RC Air Marshal, I make a burner for anything, as long as I know the dimensions. I have made one for a Schubler. I have made a couple for Schublers, but for guys over in Europe.
Dave wants to get that damn Black Horse L39.
You don't need a Schubler for that.
Dude, you could just put the Freewing Inrunner in there and it'd be good.
You could actually put the JP fan in there and it'd be fine.
Yeah. The way the burner mounts to the back of the stock fan is kind of weird. The tabs and shit.
Yeah, but it works.
The other one that I pulled off, it was like barely attached.
Alan Gentry, have you ever seen the? Okay, so everybody knows about the Merlin. The Merlin is probably the most. What, the V17? What is it? 17.
1750 horsepower.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about the number because it's a V something. But anyway, everybody knows about the Merlin, but the one that was actually better was the one that came after, which was called the Griffin.
Yeah, the Griffin. That thing sounds so weird.
It has that stutter, but it makes like 1,000 horsepower more. And that one's even more temperamental. But the Griffin was even more of a
Dave,
powerhouse.
I'm going 12S.
Alrighty then. Actually, FMS has come up with some really good stuff lately. There's 2 new motors. There's one for 6S, 90 millimeter in runner.
Just put this in it, man. The AF model. The AF model.
AF. Then they have a new 80 millimeter with 36 millimeter motor. But yeah, you need. I don't think you could probably put the FMS 8S in there and it'd be great. But if you want to go 12S, the easiest way to do it is just to put a JP in there. Even though it's an outrunner, and I don't care for outrunners, the JPs work. The JPs work pretty good.
I'm excited to fly that MiG with that Freewing in it. Because, dude,
it'll do a wheelie right off the bat. If you just punch the throttle, it does a wheelie.
Oh yeah, I was doing that while I was taxiing, but like the thrust, like the push in my hand with both fans felt the same. But then, like I said, I do my little static thrust test where I run it up and see how much it jolts. There was such a difference between the outrunner and the inrunner.
Yep.
Same battery, same charge.
It jumps. It jumps with the inrunner.
Well, yeah, and I was taxiing. I hit a bump, like in the storm drain, and it started wheeling.
Yeah.
I am very, very excited to fly airplane.
So hey, shit, we still got 33 people up in her. Y'all just hanging out. That's cool.
Olin's RC, that new Freewing that I put in that MiG is a 9-blade. It's the new it comes with all the new 90 high performance. It's a 36 72 1900 kV 9-blade fan. It's a jet fan. It's literally a jet fan.
It's a jet fan.
It's got the older Het motor on it, the old knockoff Het motors.
It's a really good setup.
It's a good setup and it's cheap and it pulls less than 100 amps. So I'm actually using the stock YEP. It comes with a YEP ESC, the YEP 100 amp, but it's also got a separate 10 amp UBEC. But that fan only pulls about 97 amps at full throttle.
And that's peak. That's not that's peak. So it does really well.
Dave, 12S, and after I crash it, I can wire the ESC into my Titan XXL double-sided butt connector.
Alrighty then.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Dave.
Yeah, Che was one of the first people to pre-order his burner for his Raphael. There's a video of it flying.
Did he get a burner for it?
Yeah, he got it. Have I sent it yet? I don't know if I sent it. I don't know. I still have a lot to send. So got a couple more in the mail today. Put that away, fool. I burned one up in my own plane, so.
Oh my God. Yeah, Keon was like checking out.
Wow! I plugged it in and it was like.
Yeah. That's what happened with this. No, Keon. Oh God, it stinks. Keon was like checking out the 104, and he was like, "What's that fuck that smell?" And I'm like, you don't remember? And I pulled the hatch off with a big ass burn mark. I'm like, you don't remember?
Yeah, I've already had to send like 5 of them. I don't think that Victor's is blown, but I think it's on the way. So I sent him a new one already because it's bad. It's bad. Yeah, Ryan's gonna had posted a link. So after we're done here, go check that out, guys. He's got some flying videos of the FW.
So what did you do with that F-18? You like swap the fans out or something?
I swapped out the fan and the burner. So now it's got the new burner because it had. Oh my god, this thing was. Good thing I changed it too because this thing was cracked. It was dangling. But that's the
yeah,
old,
that was one nasty smell.
Yeah, that's the old burner. So this was a test. So I got the new burner in there. It's double the length. Way brighter.
And then you also. So what is that Dr. Mattress going to go in? Your new F-35?
Yeah. I'm going to change the burner for that one too.
Wait, did you say you have things for the P-47 you said or something?
Yeah.
What is it?
All the ordnance.
That I won't use?
No, but at least you'll have it.
I'll take them though.
Yeah.
I will take them because I like the ordnance on the plane for static display.
So yeah, go check out Ryan's video after you're done here. Don't leave me yet, but after you're done here, go check it out. He did the unboxing.
Yeah, Dave. Dude, this A4, bro. I don't know what it is about it. It's just absolutely awesome. I love it.
They have a for that Black Horse. They have a jet fan, 14S that will work too.
14S. That thing's not even that big.
Yeah, but it's more efficient. It'll run on 12. But
that's what Frank has in his new Aerofoam L39 as a 14S.
Yeah,
That's
what I'm talking about. It'll still do 12, but it will also do 14.
He sized up the cheater vent and like he said he got like 6.3 like kilos of thrust static.
Nice.
Yeah, we were talking to Frank a lot today. Yeah, he said it's been kind of like an overwhelming dealing with what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it was overwhelming in more than one way. Tubaku, yes, Tubaku. Yeah, radials are cool, but the only downside to radials is that they, when you get up too high, they don't get the cooling air and they overheat.
If you're running a radial and there's not something that's not running like that, if you're running a radial and it's running perfect, there's something wrong.
Well, number one, they always leak.
If it's not leaking oil, if it's not overheating at idle, there's no radial that's perfect. I'm sorry.
They consume lots of oil.
Like, dude, guy Ernie at Hollister, that guy can build a Stearman with his eyes closed. Like, he knows a Stearman. Like, you can ask him anything. He can find like everything on it with his eyes closed. And he's starting it up. It's like really cold, and like the oil's like thick when it's cold. And he starts it, and when it starts, and then it burps, and all of a sudden a bunch of oil out the side. Yeah. And I'm like, Jesus.
Well, you have to have oil in it to get the rings to seal, to get it to start.
Yeah.
And then it burns.
That happened with our Pawnee ones too. Like, it spit out a shit ton of oil because the previous pilot put oil in it. Because planes they have their minimum oil, and when you put oil back in it, if you just load it with oil, it's just gonna spit it all out.
Blech.
So it spit half a quart of oil out the bottom. It was all over the ground. It was
yeah. But yeah. So the radials. That's why. I think who is it that has water cooled radials? I think that the British had a couple of water cooled radials. But that's why the inline engines would do better because they're water cooled, and you could cool those up to high altitude, keep them running.
Yeah, that's mostly true, David. If you overrun them, they'll definitely burn up. It also you have to be, you can't with a typical engine, you can't just firewall it. You gotta ease into it. especially if it's cold. You firewall it, it's gonna backfire and just probably die.
Bang! I've heard that too.
Well, yeah, the T6 that happened with the T6. He was
Really
landing. He was landing.
crazy loud.
Oh my god! It's like a shotgun. Landing and he chopped it and it poof and I'm like I wasn't looking. Bang! I'm like oh shit.
Yeah, what's her name? Vicky Benzik. She has her plane doesn't have the inverted fuel.
No, so yeah, she actually did that one time at an air show. She rolled it inverted. She was a little slow and it go inverted. It was like bam, 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 bam.
And it starts going. Brr, 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 brr. Huge flame goes out the side. But anyway. It's as long as you don't do swearing at the very beginning and at the very end, it's all good. As long as you don't do consistent swearing, you're all fine. You're all good.
Well, my Insta streams, like I do those, but it's like I'm like by myself and I got like nothing to say.
I was out by myself.
That's like that's why I basically said it's like okay, I'm not doing these every week now because like I don't know what to talk about. I mean, I might do one this week, but like, well, the one last week wasn't bad. I pretty much went the full hour. Although Instagram, because I did another Insta stream at the field. Instagram, they used to do it was like okay, an hour and it stops, but now it's like, I mean, I don't know if it's unlimited, but you can go over an hour now. So
yeah, because it was 65 minutes. Andy Cho, yes, I'm thinking about getting the Blue Angel from E-Flight. I like that plane better. I like it better. The Freewing's cool, but it's just
E-Flight F-18.
With the 2100, it's different. 2100 is different. Mucho mejor. But I don't know what it is about the Freewing. The Freewing is just too fragile.
You know what? I fell out of love with the Freewing, and honestly, if that thing was like a pound or two heavier, it'd probably fly better. It's too light. It just kind of like wanders in the air. Yeah, not like it's wiggles without a gyro. It's just like
it gets bumped around.
Yeah, and the E-Flight F-18 is cool, but I mean, I had to do so much freaking fiddling with that thing. That's why I gave it to Mike. I'm like, screw this plane. Take it away.
The E-Flight Blue Angel, the numbers are off. The size of the numbers.
Dude, the Blue Angel scheme, it's like fucking the product manager or whoever does that he's like sitting in bed. Hey, I'm gonna spray this plane blue and stick some numbers on it. Yeah.
They didn't actually get the scale right. I don't care.
No.
I don't care. And they have missiles, which don't make sense.
It's like, dude.
So I need somebody to make a real Super Hornet, true to scale.
Why don't you just take the FMS and paint it blue and slap some Blue Angel markings on it?
Nah. I like the Black Knight. Yeah,
and then fucking my gray one was just like I hated the way the elevators are set up. I hate like the nose gear was always messed up, so that's why I just gave it to Mike. And then, dude, Angelo bought that thing. He actually paid money for it after Mike.
He flew it. No, he didn't fly it yesterday, but he worked on it.
He flew it on Saturday. He spent all day getting that nose gear fixed, and it didn't retract on the maiden. And of course, on landing wasn't great. He busted it out. I'm like, oh my god, you actually paid money for this thing?
I like it. E-Flight, that's a better plane. I've got my Freewing for sale. Anybody local wants a Freewing with the Gooniac monster setup.
I think the best F-18 on the market, bang for your buck, is the FMS.
The 70. Yeah, I agree.
Now, if that E-Flight came with the 2100, maybe, but as is.
And it's really not that bad. It's different.
No.
You have to fly it like you're really mad at it.
Dude, in the air, I loved it, but it was just my personal experience with it.
Yeah, you got to fly it like you're really mad at it.
No, I actually really liked it in the air. It flew better than the Freewing. But for me, when it comes down to a plane, it's like, okay, it's got to be easy to work with, and then fly good. Like that's why I would never buy that MiG-17 brand new. But luckily, the one I got was done. I just had to like put my receiver in and shit. Although it had a receiver, but it was one I just didn't want. And the way it was wired, I put a lemon in it. It had an orange RX, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
So hey, Barry Campbell, all my single burners at the moment are $60 shipped in the USA. So the only time that they cost more is if they're going to be twins, like the SU-30, MiG-29, or F-14.
Yeah, David Martingraf, decals on the 70, they're water sliding. You know, I used to talk shit about water slide, but this whole A4 is water slide, and I'm glad they are. If you know how to do water slide, if you know how to do them, they're actually really easy. It's the tiny ones that are annoying, but like if you do it right with the water at the right temperature, with like some soap in the mixture, and you pat out like the water, they look perfect. Peel and stick are great, but for like big decals, nah. Like little decals, sure, peel and stick better. Like water slide with tiny decals and big old fingers, yeah, they're hard. But I don't mind water slides. I used to hate them, and then when I got that A4, I was like, oh god, it's gonna be bad. And perfect.
No, like if you've done plastic models, you know how the water slides work. I just don't like them.
Yeah, Dave. Water slides are easy. If you have, and I don't have a lot of patience, so that says a lot of things, you know.
I prefer the calligraphics decals. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, the only thing about water slides is just you have to use soap in the mixture, because if you adjust it but you don't use soap, you'll rip them apart. You have to use soap. And I fill a whole, like for big decals, I fill a whole bowl. I fill it, pump some soap, let it get half full, pump some soap, and then I mix it all. So it's like bubbly. So it's not like it's just like a lump of soap. It's all bubble. It's all bubble.
Bubble.
There you go, GB Lennon. Just buy the plane that has decals already on it.
They're already applied. So yeah, so my Freewing F-18, I'm gonna sell that with a new set of wings. I think I'll sell it with the battery, and it also has some calligraphics that I haven't ever applied that are ready to go for it.
I was going to sell mine, but it looks sweet in the hangar, so I'm just going to leave it in the hangar. And I took the fan out of it, and it's in the next 17 now.
That's in the 17.
Yeah.
So anybody local that wants a pretty sweet setup in a F-18, let me know.
You say you're going to come to my house after this and drop the stuff
No,
off?
not today. It's too late.
I was going to say, I'm good.
It's way too late.
Oh, God.
Way too late.
Man, I've been up since like 6 o'clock. I'm freaking tired, man. Oh. Mike was that.
I can't believe this thing's broken. Jeez, it's bad. Anyway.
Yeah, JS, he says, John Shaw, he says only local.
Oh, JS, did you get all the stuff I sent? I think I sent you a replacement as well. You should have everything, if I remember right. And yes, I am only selling local because it's just too much of a pain to ship. It's too much of a pain to transport. That's part of the reason why I'm getting rid of it.
Look at how sexy that thing is, man. Those airboats. And dude, putting that pilot in there just completed it completely. Like, I just took the pilot out of that old MiG canopy that got wrecked in my crash, my Seafig, and that new canopy shows up tomorrow, and I'm not looking forward to doing that whole camo. But we'll see. But luckily the MiG-17 doesn't come with a pilot, but like you can pull the bottom of the canopy out. So I just glued that biatch in and put them back.
Cool.
Just wait till you get older, Nate. For what? Oh, like me feeling like shit right now. Being tired and whatnot.
Tired.
Yeah, man. I was so confused earlier. I'm like, does Ray like not want me to like? I'm like, I was confused. Like he needs a break from me, probably.
No. It was. I just had everything set up early. My phone had the the cam and everything set up, ready to go, and it was hard to get to. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
we're all good. But let's see. Oh shit, we've already been going over 2 hours. All right, y'all. So we still got 32 people here though, which is cool.
Yeah, man, it was nice having school today, though, I will say.
Did you have school today?
No. Dude, I hung out with Mike all day, and I got that MiG-17. I didn't have school.
Oh, okay. But guys, so we still got 32 people in here, but it is already 2 hours and 6 minutes in, and I need to get the house cleared out before wife gets home so she doesn't lose her mind.
Dude, I feel like I'm on my school. I think I'm on
everything was straight before when she left, but
I feel like I'm on one of my school Zoom classes. This is literally me and my Zoom class. Unless my biology class, my English class, most of my classes I don't have to write anything down, so I just like lay back on my bed and just watch. But then if I'm in like history or math, I gotta write shit down. So I gotta like set up my tray and stuff.
What's up, Spencer? How you doing, Mr. Spencer Keith?
I was gonna put the MiG up on on my tray, but it's too wide. It didn't fit. That's what she did.
Yes, that's why I gotta clean everything up in here.
Dave, she's gonna whoop that ass.
He's right.
Oh man,
the living room's all messed up. The kitchen's all messed up. It's all messed up on the patio. She ain't not gonna be happy.
Dana's RC best F4 or A4. Get that Freewing, man. This Freewing A4 I just recently acquired it probably like a few weeks ago now. It's like my favorite plane. Right now, honestly, I think I'm liking the Gripen more than the MiG-21. To be honest, that's saying something.
21.
Because like the Gripen high, I mean the MiG-21 is like easier to get into a high alpha and get it slow, but like the Gripen, honestly, it does it just as good, if not better, with that Hobby Eagle. And the way I've got that Hobby Eagle set up, I don't have I can't adjust the gain on the fly, but I have it on a switch. So basically, I've got the gain basically as far as I can go to where when I start going really fast, just before it starts shaking. So it's locked, like the gains are working really hard at a slow speed. That thing is like...
There is a way to set it up on the wheel.
Yeah, but even with the lemon being on the wheel, I never use it. I just leave it all the way down, and then I adjust it on the pod because I hate having to fuck with shit while I'm flying.
Because the one, that's what I do with the MiG, because it has the A3L. All the way down is all the way off, and then in the middle is where it stays.
Yeah, mine's at like probably right now it's like 35%. Hey, Mickey B, what's up? I watched your video. You flew the MiG, you put the thrust vectoring on it, you put the fiery booties in it. It looked pretty cool. The thrust vectoring, they were talking about like a 3D printed thing. I saw you have to like cut out and you have to like glue like the new things in. I'm not gonna do it on my MiG, especially after I fucked it up. I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. But oh cool. Your flight was good.
So hey, Alan Gentry, what are you asking about? How much?
Oh yeah,
for the F-18. I have a crap ton of stuff. I got 2 nose cones, extra set of wings, a battery. What else? Paint, matching paint. My burners in there, special Guniac setup, ESC receiver. All of that stuff is going to be included. I just want it gone, so I'm going to sell it for start at $375.
I guess I can talk about that too. The MiG-29, it's all fixed. Just needs a new canopy. That's showing up tomorrow. I still need to go to home shithole and get a paint match. But that's not bad. That actually was a lot easier to fix than I thought. One motor pod's basically fine. I mean, both of them, they're like kind of crumbled on the bottom, but one of them I had to like reform it and like pump it with glue. But I got it all fixed. And the big crack in the canopy was actually kind of nice because the crack like went through the gear well, so I was able to like get in there and like really fix it. But yeah, it's all good. Just needs to replace canopy.
So Mickey B, did you do you have the thrust vectoring on a switch, or is it on all the time? I haven't seen the video yet. I need to check it out.
Yeah, RC Air Marshal, it can do it, but my Gripen, I have a Lemon RX 10-channel receiver, and I have a DX9, so all 9 channels are being used. If I had enough channels, I'd probably do it, but again, the Lemon RX does it, but I don't use it. I just adjust it through the pod. That's just how I like it. I don't like having to move knobs while I'm flying. I just want to fly. But because it's 5 channels for everything, and I've got the canards on 2 separate channels, aux 2 and aux 3, and then my aux 1 is the usually when you do a delta mix on a Spectrum, it kills aux 1, but you do the delta mix and you do the gyro. So I was able to go back to normal wing type, and then I assigned aux 1 to be the gyro control switch, and then then aux 2 and aux 3 are taken by the canards, and then auxiliary 4 is for the burner, and then there's an aux 5 channel, but I don't have aux 5 on my radio. I only have 9 channels. So literally my gripping is using every channel that my radio can pick. Now, if I put the burner on a Y, sure, but it's like, it's perfect. I don't need to mess with it. Dude,
All right, Alan Gentry. Good night, Alan Gentry.
See you. Good night, Alan Gentry. Dude, me and Keon almost collided. Of course, I'm flying, and he comes up and he starts fucking around with me, right? And he comes in for a full flap, low pass, and I come in and I get below him, or no, I get above him, and I'm like right here, and he pulls up. I'm like, oh shit, and we like.
He always does that. He does that on purpose.
I think we were like that far apart. We were so close.
Keon, you know you did that on purpose. You always do that. Scare the crap out of everybody.
Dave Marshall, it's a 10 channel. The bind plug actually like on top of the receiver. The bind like on the 7 channel, the bind plug is an aux 2. But
yeah.
I could show you. Let me show you. Get my fat ass off the bed and move around. But yeah, if you look, I'll try to move this. Can you see that? Yeah, but yeah, you can see every channel's taken, and then the Hobby Eagle's sitting right next to it. Everything is taken up on that receiver. Yeah, and then if you look at my gain, it's about like 30-ish%, something like that. But it's basically, I flew it, and then when it started wiggling, I tuned it back just a tad, and that's where I left it.
Spencer Keith, glad to hear you get to fly tomorrow. I wish I could have flown again today, but it was too windy.
Well, we were actually gonna like, because Mike got dropped off here. We were actually gonna fly him home in our plane, but it was way too windy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Tracy. The Tracy airport said, I think later in the day it said like 20 to 30 knot winds.
Yeah, it was high. What's up in the tube deep?
In the tube deep, what's up?
And thank you for the fin and those grates. I've used them on my
those too.
MiG-17.
I'm glad
to give Nate has a MiG-17 now, so I'm going to give him some too.
Yeah, in the tube deep. I just got this MiG-17. Got it used, and the fin is 3D printed and the gear lords is 3D printed, but the cheater grade's not 3D printed. So I'll take that from Ray.
So he didn't have one, but now he does.
In too deep. I just need that's all I need now is just I need the fiery bouquet from Zaguniac.
So, what's his name? In the tube looks like you flew a Lenka into a seawall or something. I just saw the video pop up.
He did something.
Yeah, you're having a rough. Oh God, yeah. You smushed it. I got to get a hold of you about those cameras too, because I need to get a camera. I'd like to put cameras. I'd like to put a camera in the canopy of my planes and do something different for once.
Dude, your MiG-17 would be perfect because that thing pops out. You just pop a camera and pop it back in.
Yeah, I need to do that.
I can't because I put a pilot in mine. But the MiG-29 pilot fits that thing so much better than in the MiG-29. So.
Cool. EO.
Friday booty. Friday booty.
Yeah.
Dave, I just saw your question. I could have put the 7-channel lemon in it, but the canards had to be wide, and then you had to have one in the reverser, which worked fine. But the canards took me a lot of like sub trimming to get them to like deflect evenly, so I'd have to like mechanically do it. I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm just getting a Hobby Eagle. And Ray talked Rick talked a lot of smack about it, but I was like, I'm just gonna try it, and I like it. It literally made that plane 10 times better than it already was.
I prefer the Hobby Eagles where you can adjust everything.
Yeah, and that works. But luckily with the Griffin, the basic one works literally perfect. I guarantee you, if you just tried it, I think you'd like the plane. Just saying.
I'm tired of the plane annoys me. It's yeah, no. And it's in great shape, so I may as well just sell it now that it's in great shape. That's another plane I'm selling, guys.
The Griffin.
It's gotta go.
I'm watching. I can't wait for you to sell yours, and then you see mine flying. How much better it just looks in the air, and you're like, "Fuck."
No, it's not.
I know. I'm just messing.
I'll be good.
I'm so excited to fly that pig mig, the cow mig.
It's got to go.
Honestly, if my mom gets home from work early enough one of these days, I'm just gonna take it out to the school and fly because I'm just so excited to fly it.
Just the problem is it's such a floater on landing.
I don't care.
It's not a bad thing, but where you fly at the school, it might be hard to get.
Dude, I got plenty of length of that school, and
Hard to get it to come down.
that stuff is grippy. So if once it hits the ground, it sticks. I wouldn't be worried about it, dude. I did my maiden on the SU-30 on that little track. Don't come at me, bro. Don't even try.
So let's see here, Mr. Oh, and the Tube Deep needs one too. What the heck? Add moderatage. Add moderatage. You are moderators. There you go. So y'all, I've been going too long. I'm getting tired. It's 9:30. You got to clean up. You got to get up at 5 a.m. So you're gonna have to get going. But I appreciate everybody being here. It's been cool. I hope that you were able to learn something from the little bit of work that I did. Nate's falling asleep too. So
I've been falling asleep all day. Working on that MiG, getting it set up, kind of drained me inside.
Yep.
But it's all good. It's all ready to go now.
So y'all, sorry for bumping that, but I'm gonna get going. Thank you guys for hanging out. We'll talk to you on the other shows for the rest of the week, but that is it. Heading out. Have a good night, and see you next time.
See ya.